Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. As you noticed, you probably figured out what we forgot by my lack of microphone. Thankfully, I always got in trouble in school for being the one voice the teacher could typically pick out. So we're going to wing it without having to use, theoretically, hopefully not using a PA in the truck or having to race back up to the department. So here we go. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out. This is our 5th year doing this. We started on the 20th anniversary a couple of years ago. So far, Mother Nature's been pretty good to us. First things first, a little bit of a brighter note. I got to plug our fundraiser coming up on Sunday. It's our annual fundraiser hosted by the deli, 5 to 7. You come out, hang out, ask questions, have a burger, have a dog. Look at fire trucks. If you got little ones, you know, we can pop them up in the seat of the truck and take their picture or whatever. But that's 5 to 7 on Sunday. We'd love to see you out there as well as here. So today, obviously, we're a fire department. We kind of focus on the fire, but we also like to remember the almost 3,000 people that died that day, along with the 343 members of FDNY and the 72 members of law enforcement through various NYPD and Port Authority and whatnot. Unfortunately, we remember this day once a year. Maybe it crosses our mind here and there throughout the year. There's a lot of people that are reminded every day because they're still battling related illnesses and cancer from that day, from all the toxic dust and stuff that was inhaled. There are no exact numbers because it's tough to track these things, especially over 20 plus years. But there is an estimated 409 FDNY members that have died due to related illnesses since that day. Approximately 377 law enforcement officers have passed due to illness since that day. And approximately maybe upwards of 2,000 civilians. On top of that, the latest number I found is that there are currently 42,000, approximately 700 people that are living with a cancer-related illness or a related illness or a cancer because of that day. So we need to keep them in mind as well, not just the people that passed on that day. A lot of people have been here before. You kind of know how it goes. For anyone, this is your first time. We'll probably be out of here by 9 o'clock. One thing we do is what's called striking of the fives. Way back, before we had cell phones, smartphones, smart watches, radios, etc., etc., there were boxes for alarms on different street corners. And even, I bet a lot of people remember little fire alarm pole stations used to be on telephone poles and everything. Well, a lot of stuff was transmitted by telegraph or different radio signals. And the fire alarms, like an emergency, was also initially dispatched the same way. However, it was dispatched in X amount of tones over 4, so it's like a 4-digit number, and it kind of told you what the alarm was and where it was. However, when that pattern was struck 5 times, 4 times in a row, so 5, 5, 5, and 5, that was to signal the passing of a brother in the FDNY. And that's what we have. Former Chief Garrett here will be ringing our bell today. So that's the significance of when he's ringing the bell. And we will do that twice, along with observing the moment of silence at 8:46. So go back to your coffee, go back to talking for just a couple minutes. We're going to get started in about 2 or 3. In the meantime, I don't think anybody wants to be that guy, but at 8:46, your cell phone goes off. So if you want to be that guy, hey, you're going to get a lot of dirty looks. You might go swimming in the harbor, I don't know. But now would be a good time to double check that, and we will be getting started in just a moment. Break the alarm. Flight detail, half-mast colors. Station 19, and salute. Ready? 2. 8:46 a.m., the time the first tower was struck. We'll now observe a moment of silence for the rest of the nation.
Bugler, sound off. Chief Garrett, sound the alarm.
Box 5555 has been transmitted by Southeast Pamlico Volunteer Fire Department Station 19 in honor of the 343 FDNY brothers that answered their last alarm, operating at Manhattan Box 8087 World Trade Center on September 11th, 2001. Well done, lads. One thing I did forget to mention before this concludes our ceremony, I'd like to thank you all again for coming out. But if you haven't, I was in New York City for Veterans Day last November and was able to tour the museum and go up in the New World Trade. And it's something else. If you ever get a chance to do it, I highly recommend it. However, they do lie. They say give it about 90 minutes. I think I spent 8 hours there. Of course, a little more into the fireside, but an hour and a half is not enough. So if you do go, plan on more than that, please. It deserves it. Thank you all again for coming out. Hope to see you again next year. Please have a good day.
Station 19 dismissed.
It depends on which way the wind's blowing, huh?